everybody, it's Kristen with Bariatric Mindset, and this week I'm going to talk to you about Easter. So prepping for Easter may seem like not something that we would talk about. However, a lot of times you're preparing Easter baskets or people are bringing in candy for the office, and it seems like we just got past Christmas and the Christmas candy, Valentine's Day and the Valentine candy, and now comes Easter, and there are all of these little eggs and chocolates and jelly beans. And I know for a lot of the clients that I work with, especially those who work in hospitals, there's candy everywhere, and teachers, candy everywhere. So depending on what kind of environment you work in, whether it's an office or for those of us who work from home, some people say it's harder. I think I have it best because I can control what's in my area, and I keep it a candy-free zone. So I keep it a safe zone, so there's no candy around. And Easter's a time, just like some other holidays, where there can be a lot of candy and there can be a lot of temptation. So if you are a parent and you're creating an Easter basket, one of the things that you may do for your kids or grandkids or any other family members that you may be making a basket for is to focus on non-food items. Why? Then you won't have it in the house. So there's lots of cute little toys that you can put in a basket. So little bunnies, little carrots, or even getting little clothing items that you can include in a basket that is not edible. And this will help keep you away from the food, from the sweet treats, and it will also help the kids stay away from the sugar and processed candy as well. So this is definitely a suggestion that if you're putting together baskets, try to stay away from the candy or the Cadbury eggs and that kind of thing, to keep yourself in the safe zone. Also, if you're at work, what you might do is tell people to just, can you keep that away from my desk? Or I think a lot of people are really accommodating. And although in any work environment at any point in time, there are people who are going to be on diets or trying to stay away from candy, there's also people who want to bring it in to get it out of their home environment. So you may also say, hey, can we get rid of this? Can we give it to, someone down the hall? And it may be something that you can share elsewhere, or that you can ask not to be at your desk, or that you could even ask for a buddy or an accountability partner at work that says, hey, don't let me go near the candy, or don't let me, if you see me reaching for it, will you just remind me that I'm staying away from candy? And this is a great way to hold yourself accountable and to ask for help. Why? Because a lot of times when we reach for the candy, when we reach for the sweets, it's usually at a time where there's maybe stress or frustration. And while I didn't intend for this to be a video about emotional eating, that's exactly what emotional eating is. It's you reaching for something to kind of feel better, to calm yourself down, to get comforted in that moment when things may be heightened, right? And work is a place where you typically get stressed. So why wouldn't you reach out for the candy, especially if it's right there? And then it could be just like, ooh, candy, right? So it's one of those things that's excitable and something that's not on your plan. And so to steer clear of that, a couple things that you may do, again, ask for help, get an accountability buddy, ask them to move the candy, keep it away from your desk, keep yourself in the safe zone and out of sight, out of mind. And then I've also worked with people who have said, if I know the candy's there, I'm going to be thinking about it all day. I'm going to be obsessing about the candy. And so another thing you can do is if it's somewhere around your desk, either ask them, tell them it's really tempting you, that you want to alleviate it, or ask for it to be removed. Or there's even a situation where I had a client who bought the candy and then trashed it. She was like, can I buy that candy from you? And then she ended up throwing it away because it was just something that she did not want to have to deal with. So there's tons of different solutions in terms of dealing with the Easter candy, and also being around family and discussing food-related topics. So if you're going to an Easter dinner or an Easter lunch, this is another reminder. Focus on protein first. And then you can also bring your own maybe side dish or something like that that is berry friendly, because that will also keep you on track. A lot of typical Easter foods can be high in protein, like deviled eggs and ham, turkey and things like that. But a lot of times it's also, you'll see other foods that are maybe heavier, like mashed potatoes or mac and cheese. And those are some things that you definitely want to steer clear of, to keep you focused on, again, high protein, low carb, and staying on plan. So this kind of concludes my Easter episode, where it's a good reminder of where you are, to kind of stay focused towards the goal, and to recognize that none of these holidays are things that you have to separate yourself from. You can still have an amazing holiday with family. It can still be fun. It's just a lifestyle adjustment. It's just an adjustment that when you refocus on what's important to you, spending time with family, celebrating the holiday and all that it means to you, then you can kind of separate yourself from the food, right? And to follow up with what I mentioned earlier, if you're making Easter baskets, you can still make those baskets, but maybe take the food-related items out and celebrate the little ones with some other non-edible gifts. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave comments below. If you like it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you'd like some additional support, head on over to our group on Facebook, Bariatric Mindset Mavens, and I hope to see you there. Have a great week.